Oh, hey. Oh, my gosh. Let's try that again. Oh, hi there. How goes it? Sorry for the slightly late start. I had lost track of time while I was making myself some dinner. And, got some ginger ale soda stream stuff in for the first time in goodness knows how long. And I added some, pomegranate syrup that you would use for making a Shirley Temple to it. It is delightful. So, that's cool. No? Okay. I thought there was something we could do about dynamically changing the music. It's like, you don't have to go to the Sam Raimi style music when we're swinging around the city. You're alright? That's good. Hello, Wordman.
Better get to work for that fitting.
Yeah, we should probably... Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. We were getting over here because there was a side quest. Whee! That's the whole reason why we came to this part of town before we signed off last week. Alright.
Spider-Man, over here!
Spider-Man? Hello, Lexi. You catching up on Side-Scroller's news desk? Well, there's been plenty to talk about.
Is something wrong?
Oh, no. I just had to thank you for saving my daughter from those muggers.
When did this happen?
Just now.
What?
Busy guy like you. I guess it all blurs together, huh? Near the theater on 126 and Powell. She just called and told me.
Right. Sorry. Happy to help. I'm glad your daughter's safe. Okay, I wasn't anywhere near there. I should swing by and see what's going on.
We got the Sons of Spider-Man now? Is that what's going on here? Imposters!
There's the theater and the crime scene. I better find out what happened.
Oh dear. They don't look good.
Still alive.
Barely.
So whoever did this isn't a lethal protector. That's promising.
Venom? Question mark? Officer?
Sorry I missed the action. Thanks for keeping us safe, Spider-Man.
Okay. So Spider-Man is pretty sus? No. Spider-Pig? Oh yeah, who doesn't love Spider-Pig? Hi, can we talk?
You're back already? I thought you were checking out that fire.
Right. On my way now. Which way was it again?
Last time you went that way. South.
Thanks. I got a little turned around. Someone's impersonating me. It could be the chameleon again. I've got to pick up his trail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it wouldn't be the first time somebody's done that. It's like, hey, super deep cut, we're going with the
It
chameleon.
does smell like there was a fire in this direction. There's the fire damage. Looks like it got put out quickly.
Fire escape?
Use the fire escape. Guess he couldn't copy my web shooters.
You came back! I can't thank you enough for saving my friend from the fire. I thought she was dead.
My pleasure. Look, I want to make sure everyone's safe, but the smoke kind of got to me. Do you remember where I went next?
Sorry, I was helping my friend. I think you went back up there.
Thanks. Give your friend my best. Whoever faux Spider-Man is, he's helping people. But what he's doing is dangerous. I've got to find him.
It's Ben Reilly.
Wonder if other me left...
Hey, Spidey, what'd you do with that fire extinguisher?
Fire extinguisher, huh? Wonder where he left it.
No? Not on the dumpster, huh? Hey, Vinny. So, hey, look, Little Henry's on the tree. Maybe we should talk to Little Henry. What? No. There he is. No, Henry, come back! There he is. Yay! Look at that tail. That's great. That's a big freaking squirrel. So, happy Back to the Future Day, guys. Whoops.
He used a fire extinguisher. What type of suppressant is in this?
Yeah. Whoops. No, that's not what I meant. Okay. And then we want this one. There we go. And then we got this. And then we got this! Yay! Yeah, I was framed! Yeah, exactly, said Griff Tannen.
Pretty standard. And easy to track. He got fire suppressant on him. If I key my lenses to track its chemical signature, it should lead me right to Spider-Man 2.0. He's walking normally. No webs, no powers. Which makes what he's doing suicidal.
Don't mind me, I'm just going for a stroll.
Sorry.
What? Come on!
That guy looks like he's been in a fight. Maybe he knows something.
I have no idea.
Come on, man, lay off. I told you everything. The deal's going down on the roof. No lie.
Right.
On the roof!
You stay out of trouble.
Nice Michael Jordan Air Bacons you've got on there. On the roof, huh?
My doppelganger's got some skills.
Where'd you learn to fight like
Hello, Retrofire.
This one will need painkillers for a few days, but should be fine. Knocked out, but breathing.
A contusion on the
That's
brain.
gonna leave a mark. And he left the drugs. Seems like his intentions are good, even if his methods are nuts. The police will handle the cleanup. Counterfeit Spidey must have gone down the other fire escape. That's him. People seem to like him. Yeah, I mean me. I mean, this is weird.
My pleasure, citizens. Excuse me. I hear someone in need.
Okay, I do not talk like that. Nobody talks like that.
Let him go.
Yeah, right. We'll get even more from Mr. Fisk when we bring him your head.
Whoa, hey guys! I'm not the real Spider-Man.
Not anymore, you're not.
Time to even the odds a little. Yeah.
Boosh.
Kill them both!
I've got this. Go.
Miss a chance to team up with the real Spider-Man? No way!
You know how to fight.
I'm a black belt. At your dojo. I'm just trying to help. Spread the legend, you know?
Yeah, but when you dress like me, you inherit my enemies. And I've got a lot of enemies.
Look out! More of them!
I'll take the ones with guns. You get the rest.
surprising knee! Hey, wasn't this the construction site I was stuck on for like 5 million years? Bonk! Let's see. Anybody else? What? Where'd he go? There. Bonk! There we
Want
go.
to help your community? There's a feast shelter nearby. And I'm sure folks would appreciate free self-defense classes.
Good idea. I'll admit, I'm starting to see the downside of the suit.
Oh, damn it! Where? There. Let me just do this finisher while I'm all stunned out. Oh no! So, you know, on a semi-related superhero note, I didn't know this until yesterday, but apparently there was a Deadpool short where he's like goes into the phone booth to like change into his costume, and Stan Lee's there. I didn't know this existed until yesterday, and apparently that was supposed to be the teaser for Deadpool 2. Like, how did I miss that? So, just thought that was interesting. How about I not die? That'd be great. Whoops. Oh. How about no? Nope, don't remember it. Don't ever remember seeing it.
How do you do it?
One bruise at a time. Look, your
How
heart's
modest.
in the right place, but if you keep this up, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah, I see that now. Don't worry, I'm hanging up the suit. Spider-Man, no more.
Good call. Besides, you don't need a costume to make a difference.
Hey, that's a good line. I'll remember that.
Yay! What's up, Matthew?
Superior tech.
Yeah, it was a parody of Superman, and just like, hey, nice costume, zip it, Stan Lee. It was pretty good, but I was just like, how did I not like know this? You know, I just thought that was super weird that I somehow had gone all that time and being on Twitter and I never saw it before that. I just find that to be absolutely crazy. That could be useful. Rockets, though, they've been a pain in the derriere, so let's do that. Excuse me. Whew. How's work going? Work is going all right. I've basically get home, which is like a 10-minute drive when traffic is bad. That's great. And then I lie down for a little bit, and then I get up and I hang out with you guys, and then I go to bed. It's all right. And I gotta say, lying down for a little bit, I don't even have to lose consciousness to like feel refreshed. I just like lie down and I put my CPAP mask on, and all that forced induction oxygen into my blood makes that much of a difference. So, that's nice. Because, I mean, like, I would try to, like, actually, like, if I did manage to lose consciousness and actually, like, sleep for a little bit, you know, like, I would wake up in such a groggy mess that it was just, like, almost worse had I just stayed awake, you know? So, you know, that's cool. Uh-oh.
Folks, I have to once
Yeah, I'm doing hits on the oxygen tank, that's exactly right.
From McDonald Mac Gargan,
Wait. Oh.
the Scorpion.
I was gonna say, I know who Matt Gargan is.
As I fully disclosed, I bankrolled the experiment that gave him superior strength, speed, and that unsightly cyborg tail. The idea was to create an anti-Spider-Man who is not a threat and stops menaces. I had no idea he was crazy. Do you think his resume said psycho with a poisoning fetish? His lawsuit is a transparent attempt to reduce his sentence at the raft by placing the blame for his deeds on me. And that is one package J. Jonah Jameson refuses.
Return to sender. Hey, thank you, Matthew Lewis. I appreciate it. It just took me way too long to get it. That's the only frustrating thing about it. But hey, we got it, and that's the important thing. That way it'll make it slightly less harrowing when the first of the month comes around, so Clay doesn't have to come and break my legs. Which, by the way, he's feeling much better. We'll probably do Dead Space tomorrow if he doesn't have any Final Fantasy XIV obligations.
All units, we have a vehicle collision. Officer assistance needed on scene.
Of course, it's like nowhere close to where I'm going.
Nasty car wreck down there. People might be hurt. Someone's hit. I've got them. Stay calm. I've got you.
Hey, Spider-Man! There's a bunch of guys trying to rob a store. The getaway driver must have been hopped up. Caused the whole wreck.
Whoever caused this wreck is nearby. Need to find and stop them.
Thank you.
Oh, we get the little meter.
I'm losing them. Gotta catch up.
Whoops.
Move it, Spider Jerk!
I hate to tell you this, guys, but I see a
Boom.
lot of drivers heading your future.
Oh, he's dead. Decapitated. Sweet. Version 8.0. I didn't even know the firmware was up that high. But what I do know, and it was posted on the Discord earlier today, I didn't know, well, I mean, I did know, but I didn't know how far they were going to go with it. Gears 5 is getting Series X support, and apparently they've been able to reduce the input latency on the campaign by 34% and the latency on the multiplayer by 56%. That's cool as heck. Which means the game is going to be more flippin' responsive. I didn't know that having all that extra overhead was going to allow them to do something cool like that. So that's pretty neat. That's gotta hurt Peter's heel. Yeah, well, I was always thinking about, like, this costume actually shows, like, the soles of his feet. And I always was like, man, you know, like, I was always wondering, like, man, that's gotta be hell on your ankles. Because I gotta wear, like, high tops, like, shoes and, like, full-size boots and stuff like that. Otherwise, it just kills me. Want to do Gears 5? You know what? Maybe we'll do Gears 5 multiplayer sometime in November. That would be kind of cool. Because I have yet to play that at all. And now that I've got my work schedule lined up, maybe Mark and I can go on to do Gears 2 like we wanted to many moons ago. So that'll be neat. But yeah, I would like to do Gears 5. Think of all the arms. Like, oh, dude, like, his arms have got to be, like, massive. You know, like, and the shoulders and, like, his whole upper torso's got to be, like, mad strong. From, like, you know, doing all of that work. That web slinging.
How does it work? Just like a natural arm. You think of what you want it to do.
It's Lester.
And...
Blue Solo Cup.
Yes.
I fill you up. Let's have a party.
What do you think you're doing?
This site's been declared a safety hazard.
Stop that right now! This is highly sensitive equipment. That's it. I'm calling the mayor's office directly.
Peter Parker.
Oh!
Who the hell are you?
Speak of the devil.
Mr. Osborn.
Oh, please. How long have we known each other? It's Mr. Mayor. It's Norman.
What?
Norman!
Norman, what do you think you're doing?
What?
The grant agreement you signed has strict safety provisions. This isn't your first violation.
Those were excused.
By me.
Norm's the mayor?
Studied this equipment long ago.
But I've had a breakthrough.
Thank you for your great service to our country. These folks will escort you to Oscorp Robotics, where you'll receive the latest in prosthetics. No charge.
This isn't about safety infractions, is it?
I'm trying to help you all.
Oh my god, Norm's the mayor.
You're free to continue your work in a secure environment.
At Oscorp.
You always were the smartest guy in the room.
You
wow.
haven't changed a bit.
Neither of you. Hey, Peter. Harry will be coming back from Europe early next year. Maybe the two of you can start that business you always talked about. This is opportunity knocking.
Okay, this just got... Yeah, exactly. You weren't kidding, K-Dog. This is a huge kick to the pants.
Easy. They didn't take everything. Maybe we could start over.
Peter, there's no we. Without the grant from the city, I can no longer pay you. I need some time to think. If I were you, I'd look for a new job.
Wow, that is really, really unfortunate. Actually, you know what? I should...
Do something to help Doc. Maybe call Harry. Ask him to talk to his dad.
Yeah.
No.
Yes?
Norman never listens to Harry.
No.
Even tried to kill funding for his research stations. Hey, one of those stations is nearby. Should see how they're doing while Harry's in Europe.
Yeah, Norm, I've...
Must be some...
The only Norman Osborn that I've liked was Willem Dafoe. Because generally I just don't care. Oh, that's wonderful. There we go. Yay! Web shooter's complete. We got... Where's impact webbing? Oh, that's impact webbing. Duh. Yes. Now I need... Well, I have those. What is it locked on? Level 20. And level 25. Okay, so they're doing like 5 level increments. Zircon drone does whatever a zircon 16? Shoot. You got your flu shot? Good for you. Yeah, no, like, flu shots, even with the best of immune systems, can totally slow you down for a little bit. So just take it easy, drink lots of water, and watch the show, Graham. Concussive blast. Unaffordable. Alright. Well, that's cool. We got the web shooters. Rapid fire web shooters near. Right. You know, it's just like the difference between...
Way to help Doc.
Okay.
I'll think of something.
You've had a really bad reaction before? Yeah. My immune system's not the best, so there are some times where I've been told to not. So, I wouldn't say I'm immunocompromised, but I'm not always the best off, so... Wow, you can still go in. We got new stuff?
Peter. Oh, Peter. Don't even know why I'm bothering to record this. Norman has neutered us, and soon the lab will be out of funds. We were on the verge of such great things. If we had just a bit more time and money, I know all the ideas in our heads would have come pouring. Wait. Ideas in our heads. My God, Peter, that's it!
Okay. Oh, I hate the chills.
What was Doc working on with
You know, like, if I ever get the chills, all I'm gonna do is wrap myself up in an electric blanket and just, like, die. That's funny, I don't remember these being here before. Did I miss these the last time I was in the lab?
Beautiful.
Polydithylazole. Okay. Whatever, free experience for the upgrades.
Prosthetic contact material.
Okay. Okay, and then just one strip in the middle. Well, you got 3 in the back. Well, hold on a second. There we go. That's no. How dare you? Oh, wait, I see what the problem is. It's too much. Much too much. There we go, that's better. Yeah. Alright, now we got these. See, I like these. These are fun. No, that's too many. Yeah, here we go. 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 No, this one. Thank you. Yay! Yeah, the chills are the worst. Just, like, wrap yourself in an electric blanket and just, like, you gotta ride it out. That's the best thing you can do. And I've had chills, like, survive going through an electric blanket, and that is, like, hell. Spectrograph.
What's Doc working on with this?
Oh, interesting. Oh, getting tricky. Well, that's fascinating. All right. Whoops, that's not even close to being right. Hold on, let's try that again. There we go. And then we got these two. There we go. Yes. And then this one with this one. Yay! What's up, Hypersonic?
Great conductivity. Not sure about long-term wear and tear, though. Might delaminate easily. Doc was testing the biocompatibility of graphene.
Bless you. Okay. Oh, I see. I see what's going on here. We gotta add and subtract. Or do we? Can I flip the slides around? No, that's preposterous. That's not gonna work. And then take this one. There we go. And then we got... There we go. And then we got this one with this one. What? Oh. Whoops. Can I use more than one? No, I can't. Huh. No. No. Fourth on the left. Hold on, let's go ahead and let's try that again. Tom, did I hear if you load up Doom Eternal on Game Pass for the... No, I haven't. Vinny actually got me Doom Eternal as an early birthday present, so I don't actually have to use Game Pass. But no, I haven't. I haven't done it myself. I will do it when the time is right. Actually, let's do that there. If your insurance will cover it, most of the time they will. Have I played Doom Eternal yet? You know what? We were going to do that for the multiplayer for next Friday, and then we found out the multiplayer on Eternal only does 3 players. And I was like, what? So that was kind of a bummer, but have I played the campaign yet? I'm actually going to wait until I get a 4K TV to actually like really soak it in, because it actually has HDR10. And I would very much like to see that with the appropriate HDR-ness, if that's even a word. Well, this is the same thing. Hold on. Yeah, no, so I've been told, and then they go ahead and they say, even before Microsoft got their hands on Bethesda, they said they were going to do a Series X enhanced version for it, so that's going to make it even better. But even before that happens, you'll be able to, like, play it on Series X and have it just, like, unleash all 12 teraflops on it, which is just freaking nuts. This is not going the way I was expecting it to. No. There is a 65-inch 4K Samsung for $500 at Walmart. Well, that's pretty cool with Samsung. Right, I know they're doing the same thing on PlayStation 5 Eraser, but, like, you could actually play it. Like, the thing is, like, Doom Eternal uses a dynamic resolution scale, and it tops out at, like, 1440p on PlayStation 4 and about 1800p on Xbox One X. Playing it on Series X, I can almost guarantee you it's going to run at 2160 the entire time, all the time. So that's a huge difference right there. And it's not just talking about, like, 16-bit versus 8. We're talking about, like, hundreds of pixels in resolution, the difference. Retrofire, my TV stand can only go up to about 55 inches. And my father had gotten me a 55-inch 4K TV, but it was broken. But that's how I know that that's the biggest thing that my stand can support. Because right now it's got a 42. And it's pretty okay. But we don't want okay. We want to be better than okay. What? This isn't gonna work. What am I missing here? Because clearly this one has to use the one that takes it away. Well, this has got to be it. Wait a minute. No. No, of course it isn't. That'd be too easy. Yeah, I don't want it to be just okay. I want it to be very nice, great success. And hopefully the new job will afford me the ability to do that. I feel like I haven't gained any ground on this at all. Hold on. Let's... Did it just change? Is Ultra HD and HDR the same or different things? They are very different things. Ultra HD is the specification that people are going for, saying that this is a 2160p resolution television. So Ultra HD is the resolution. HDR is a band of color, otherwise known as HDR10. Even the most basic bitch of 4K TVs should support at least HDR10. Like the Vizio lines of 4K TVs, their V series, which is their entry level of that, even those support it, of 4K plus HDR10. What it goes from beyond that is the ability to have more variance in the color on top of being HDR compatible, so yeah. I want a TV that still has the plugs for the old consoles. You're going to be hard-pressed to find that. It's just the reality that we're living in, Eraser. It's just the reality that we're living in. I mean, that's why, like, something like the Frame Meister is going to be have some serious street value as time goes on, because they're not making new ones anymore, regrettably. Well, that's not even correct. Hold on. The soft mod, you hates your HDMI converter? Oh dear. I want a TV that goes beyond Plus Ultra. Yes. I want the All Might TV set. Also, why do they call it a TV set if you only get one? That always drove me crazy. Why do they call it a TV set if you only get one? Man, if you could just, like, slide these things around. Hold on. No. Extra thick. No! Now that's there. Wait a minute. LOL. Of course that wouldn't work. No. You found the answer? Alright, what's the answer? That's got to be that one. But how do you get 3 strands from the end? You're not going to be able to. See, it's... Is there like an extra piece that I'm not seeing here? No? If we go from 1 to 7 from top to bottom, 3, 7, and 3, 5, and 7. Okay, hold on. 3, 5, and 7. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why is this one 7? 2, 4, 6, 8. What? Three, 5. Well, that's that. You mean don't use the one above the last one? Right. Then 4 and 6. Okay. And then, oh. And then 1 and... Then 1 and 2. Yeah. What? No! How did I miss that? Oh well.
Not great. Pretty high cytotoxicity. Not sure I'd use this as tissue interface. Running tests on carbon nanotube biocompatibility.
That one seemed pretty straightforward. And then... hold on. Let's work from the other end. Then... what? No. Hold on. Let's... okay. Okay. No. Ah! Hint, don't use the last one? Really? No. Don't use the last one, huh? Well, that seems like the right thing. Watch me not level up after completing all of these. That goes there. And then... okay. Really? It doesn't... that's interesting. You got the first one right? Okay, that's good. You missed the old retweet button? I miss it when it was starring something instead of a heart. But Jack Dorsey continues to make not great business decisions for his platform, so be it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Really? Hold on. Right, and I don't want to quote retweet. Sometimes I just want to retweet something. You know, even in a Tweetbot, you still gotta like, are you sure? Are you winning, son? Hey, Beryl, it's been a while. Okay. Clearly that one's there. This one here. That one's there. What? Okay. Guess it really doesn't matter the order as long as the
interface.
Thing that...
I feel like we can do better.
Interesting.
Graphene. But the structure is super unique. What is this?
Graphene. It's like caffeine, but not. Well, let's go and put this one here, because that seems like where it's going to go. Let's see. No. You know what he did today? Went to the mall just to get an Auntie Anne's pretzel since I've had one of those since before the pandemic. I'm surprised Auntie Anne's is still open. Totally would have expected it to be one of the many fast food franchises that would have folded under the pandemic. So that's actually surprising to hear that they are still with us. So cool. Only had pretzel nuggets. They were out of dough for pretzels. Man, like the Subway downstairs, they're out of roast beef. It's off the menu, and it's been that way for almost 2 months. And I want to go in there, and I want a Subway club, goddammit. And all I can get is, like, you know, not that. And I'm like, you guys are... I don't know if it's just this one franchise in particular, but it's like, you're chapping my ass. Like, super hard. No. Eight. There. Okay. Now comes the fun part. Don't use the first two? Well, that's a good hint. Ha ha ha!
Oh, awesome. It's been nano-latticed.
I don't even know what that
That's
means.
strong. Could be a great structural element for a prosthetic.
Yay! Complete! Sweet.
Damn it!
Hey!
Why do I keep repeating the same mistake over and over? Norman Osborn cannot be trusted. In matters large and small, if Norman has the chance to profit off another man's loss, he'll take it. It's infuriating. Someday I'll turn the tables. I'll teach Norman what it is to feel helpless and small.
Doc must have more history with Norman than he shared.
Well, gosh.
Ugh. How do you know we lost our grant money? Just taste the new coffee. Lots of late nights in this lab. Glad Doc keeps this
Jam box.
We should get more of those little cheese squares, though.
It's Fallout time, guys! That is not what I expected to hear. I know that song's not specifically from Fallout, but I heard that on Galaxy News Radio all the time. So that is the last song I expected to hear coming out of that jam box. That's actually really, really funny. And Vinny just texted me something.
We really need to get better about organizing our workspace.
Hey, workspace. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see it. What did you just send me? Nice shooting, RoboCop. What's your name, RoboCop? Okay, what is with this anti-meme nonsense that's going around? Evelyn texted me one that she made for Earthworm Jim. Creating a world that you deserve. Also, that image is definitely cursed because that's the point of the movie where he officially reclaims his humanity by saying his name is Murphy. So that is super cursed. Oh. Okay, so I've done those. That's good. The internet is making... Okay, so it's not just localized to Evelyn. This is a thing that's going on everywhere. That's totally not a Dell computer. Helpless and small.
Man, I remember the first day I interviewed here. Showed up with stains on my shirt, 10 minutes late from stopping a mugging. Still can't believe Doc hired me. Hope he doesn't regret it now.
Well, I think that's all that we've got for the moment. Right? Yeah, okay. Alright, let us be off. Actually, let me just... No? Nothing? That's the one we just did, right? Yeah. Good lord, we're on an hour already. We spent that much time solving puzzles. Let's go for a water break. In fact, I will do that right now. All right.
I've always been about the truth. When I was a reporter and a newspaper publisher, I printed the truth. And now as a broadcaster, I speak it. Sometimes it hurts. But it's my responsibility to bring it to you. And the truth is, the city is not quiet. It is not peaceful. It is a disaster waiting to happen. Threats roiling under the surface.
Roiling.
Like a hungry shark just beneath the waterline. Don't let Spider-Man fool you. You are not safe. None of us are.
Well, that's just great. That's exactly what I want to hear on the radio from someone. Is anything new on the map? No? Okay. Oops. Lost momentum. Oh well.
Harry left me a message about these before he left for you.
Pete.
Research
hey, I need a
tokens.
favor. My mom's pet project was research stations that could benefit the public. Now, I launched them, but now that I'm away, Oscorp's gonna shut them down unless they prove their value. I was hoping you could watch them. I left details in each one. Thanks, man. As long as they're here, it's like a part of my mom is, too.
Well, it's not gonna pay the bills, but it sounds like it means a lot to him. I'll do what I can to help.
Research tokens. Oh boy. More puzzles.
I've got a couple stations measuring air pollution. The idea is to catch the, contaminants before they reach toxic levels. Between you and me, I think Oscorp wants this to fail because it might show they're polluting.
The amount of polycyclic hydrocarbons in the air is way too high. And rising. If it keeps getting worse, people could die.
In the city?
Particles are concentrating in trouble spots.
Good lord!
Mini clouds of smog. I'll swing through them and get samples, then trace them to the source.
You know, it didn't look that bad when I was out on the street like 5 seconds ago.
Nasty as they are, I gotta swing right through those clouds. For these clouds to be visible to the naked eye, the level of toxins must be up there.
NYC air is really healthy. Ha 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 ha.
And gotcha.
No, it's like, and I will continue to use this example because it's absolutely absurd, because leave it to the Germans to figure this one out. Back in, it was 2014? Or maybe it was 2011? I can't remember which. But Porsche had introduced a new version of one of my favorite cars of all time, the 911 Turbo S. And it was capable of producing an absurdly high amount of horsepower for not a lot of air. And that's because Porsche has perfected the air intake manifold to such a degree, combined with their turbocharging technology, that they're able to do some absurd things with it. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is it was brought out in the review on Top Gear that the amount of carbon monoxide that the car produces through its exhaust is actually less than the carbon monoxide that's being brought in a really polluted city like Los Angeles. Third strike is Friday, Wordman.
Feels like I'm breathing from a tailpipe.
So yeah, the 911 Turbo S produces less carbon monoxide through its tailpipe than the amount of carbon monoxide it's bringing in. I'm sorry, carbon dioxide, not monoxide. But yeah, it's producing less CO2 than it's taking in from the air in the city that it's being driven in.
I must be freaking these people out. What else is new?
So, yeah, CO2, not MO2.
The toxin's coming from 2 types of cars and a faulty smokestack. I better get photos. Great light on that one.
Smokestack not have its scrubber going?
Best smokestack picture I ever took.
What? Another car? Mickey. Are you serious?
Perfect. The Department of Environmental Protection will take it from here. Maybe I should make a green spider costume for Earth Day. Well, Harry's station just stopped a public health crisis. Oscorp's gonna have a hard time arguing it's not useful.
Spider-Man, Shocker has escaped, and now he's robbing a bank on East 31st.
What happened? I thought he was behind bars.
He was, but one of the guards just walked up to his cell and released him, then gave him his suit back.
I knew Shocker was working for someone. What did you get out of the guard?
Wish I could ask him, but he's dead.
Oh!
Whoever made him release Shocker didn't want any loose ends.
Damn.
Looking at the security footage, the guard was in some kind of trance. And it might have been the lighting, but it looked like his eyes were glowing.
Well, that's creepy. Okay, I'll see what I can get out of Shocker when I get to the bank.
What? Why are we talking about Mickey Rourke? Are we talking about The Wrestler? Which is a pretty cool movie. You should check it out.
Peter, I've been looking into the demons. Sounds like they've quietly established a power base in the vacuum left by Fisk.
A vacuum I created by putting Fisk away. Jameson was right. The demons are my fault.
But what were you supposed to do? Let Fisk keep godfathering? Are you okay? You sound even mopier than usual.
I think I might have just lost my job. The city, Norman, actually, pulled our funding.
Oh, Pete. I'm sorry. If Harry were here, he could talk some sense into his dad. You'll find another source. Your work's too important.
Thanks, MJ. Talk to you soon.
So, Tom, story or side quests? Let's get the side quests out of the way first. Generally, that's how I do open world games anyway. That way we get experience points, which we can in turn use to level up, which in turn will unlock, you know, skill tree stuff. Shocker killed the guard with the shocker, right?
Hey, Pete. This lab monitors the health of marine life. And we've got a bunch of medicine on site if you need it. But the effects these diseases have, they are not something any living creature should go through.
Looks like there's a bacterial infection in the fish. I better take care of it before the food supply's contaminated. Found an antibacterial spray in the lab that should heal the fish.
Heal the fish!
Over the water. And fast, before people start getting sick. First step, get to the docks. I bet whatever's in those barrels caused the problem. Gotta get him out of the water.
I can't do it while I'm in the water, though. Oh, okay.
Just call me a friendly neighborhood garbage man.
Friendly neighborhood garbage man. Oh, I really like how the camera just snaps to a direction so you don't accidentally throw it back in the water. Yeah, just throw it next to that guy so he doesn't get contaminated, you know? You know. What? You saw it. The blip was there to do the zip line and it just totally decided to not do it. That's really funny. Why is it making me auto perch? I didn't ask it to do that. Game over. Because you can't swim.
Now that it's clear, this is a perfect spot to spray.
Vaccine. Oh.
If I spread it evenly, the water currents will take it far and wide. You gotta cover a wide area.
What? How dare you?
The fish will spread it to other fish, which is good, because there's not much for me to swing from further out.
Because it's called biological magnification. I remember that in high school.
More barrels.
Oh no!
The source of the bacteria.
I thought this was going to be too easy.
Great thing about barrels, they don't shoot at me.
Am I curious about the Talos principle? I'm pretty sure I have the Talos principle on Xbox already. Or if not, it's probably on Game Pass. I'm really sure that I have it.
I don't think these barrels appreciate
That was like, I don't know if it's a problem, because I was only buying them if games were a certain price, but if it went on $10, there's a pretty good chance that I own it. It's on Game Pass. Is it the one where no, I'm thinking of Tacoma. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the Talos principle. I mean, if it's on Game Pass, you may as well just check it out. You know, what's the worst going to happen outside of, like, you losing time? You know, it's going to cost you nothing. Still in the water. Defies physics like a spider can.
Come on, fishy fishies. This is good for you.
Let's go, Sonnen. It's a good for
I
you.
never had an aquarium. I bet someone calls this into Jameson as Spider-Man, water polluter.
Tacoma, yeah. I remember when Tacoma was first shown off at E3, and then it went on Game Pass, and then eventually I got it when it was like $10 or something like that. You know, that's typically what happens with me.
To scan my finny friends and make sure they're cured.
Check me out, I'm a buoy, said Tom Servo on an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Excuse me? Oh, scan for fish?
Oh, clean.
Oh, look at that army! Yes, sorry, School of Fish.
An outbreak before it started. It'll be tough for Oscorp to argue this station isn't pulling its weight.
Mm-hmm. Something got into my eye. Sploosh.
You say hi to my
Alright, where's... Are there, like, more than one in an area? Well, that one's got a check mark next to it, which means... Oh, I guess I already did it. I know, it's kind of funny that these little things are actually less time-consuming than the actual side quests. There can be more than one? Okay. Because I was like, what? Because it felt like I was going back to the same one, and the answer was I was. Because it's Because there's just a green check mark next to it, so it really doesn't show anything else.
Now, a lot of people ask me what I think of Mayor Osborn, but what matters is what you think. Let's ask our first caller. You're on with J. Jonah James.
Hi, I think Mayor Osborn's doing a terrific job. He's cleaned the city up and expanded the economy.
With all due respect to the office of mayor, the police cleaned up the city, and entrepreneurs boosted the economy. I do approve of many of the mayor's initiatives, like cracking down on quality of life crimes and reducing red tape. But I think he takes credit for a lot of things other people. He's ambitious, which is not a bad thing. But I always say, be careful of people with agendas. We used to have a vigilant press to keep politicians honest, but it's a shadow of its former self. Now all you've really got is...
Goodness gracious. Were these things here before, or did I just not notice them? Come on. Pegasus! Which was a word that made Chester from the Sifl and Ollie show laugh for some reason. An Oscorp brand printer, oh boy.
Okay, be careful in here, Pete. This station analyzes hazardous chemicals, basically trying to figure out how to counteract them if they ever got out into the world, which hopefully they never will.
Dun dun dun.
Oh no. Someone broke in and stole a volatile rocket propellant. They must have cracked the container because it's leaking. From the timestamp on the security cameras, it just happened. I need to get it back.
Dun dun dun.
My spider bots are still just prototypes.
They would be, but they
This
would
is a
be
good time
locked.
to test
Okay.
one. Its sensors can follow the chemical trail. Better than me swinging up on the thief. If he freaks out and drops the hydrazine, he'll blow up half a block. Gotta find a quiet place to deploy the spider bot, where I can hang out and guide it. Okay, little guy.
Oh no.
Let's find where the chemical dripped and vacuum it up before it makes someone sick.
I thought it was going to be like a little
Me cleaning up the spills. It's leading
flying thing, like the drones in Perfect Dark. But no, I guess they're just going to go ahead and just like crawl and not get stepped on, I hope.
The thief's hiding in crowds. I'll disperse him with a subsonic blast.
And
Won't hurt
disperse.
anyone, but it's super annoying. Lucky this stuff's only dangerous over a long exposure. Or if it combusts.
Or if it combusts. Right.
Maybe.
Do this and you get fission mail when it gets crushed by a car, right? Whoa! Oh, I love how the animation's all triggered at the same time. Let's all run the same direction like it's a dance routine. Oh, there we go.
End of the trail. He's in this crap. He's running. Gotta wrap him up with a web burst.
I was gonna say, is he gonna have web shooters?
Hey, cut that out!
Got it. Now to get the fuel back.
Could you, like, do something?
Got it. Now I just need to return the fuel to the station. This little spider bot's useful. If I can ever find a way to make them cost-effective, they'd be a big help.
Well, that was interesting and a change of pace. How often do I do Microsoft rewards? Well, the nice thing about them, they've expanded how they work. As long as you're registered for them, you get them every time you buy something on the Microsoft Store, which includes Xbox games and movies and TV shows. So you're actually getting a rebate every time you buy something, and you can also do other things like use Microsoft Edge and Bing instead of like Chrome and Google. And especially after the antitrust suit that's been brought against Google, nobody really should be using Chrome or Google anymore. Seriously, those guys are against net neutrality. They are not a good company anymore. They got rid of the "don't be evil" mantra on their thing a while ago. So, but yeah, no, like little things like that, and you can go ahead and redeem those points for anything, like gift cards. I've been using them a little bit at a time to keep my Game Pass going, but while I didn't have a job, so that's cool. So that's a thing. Other times I would use them to get gift cards to buy stuff off of Xbox Live or the movie store, you know, little things. Also, I really like Edge for mobile. Like, I don't use Safari anymore at all, and Evelyn stopped using Chrome on her Android phone. Keep them at arm's length. I mean, YouTube is no doubt a big part of everybody's lives these days, but just keep it at arm's length. You know, do little things. You use DuckDuckGoose? I have no idea what that is. If that's a search engine, I've never heard of it.
Projects. We were trying to develop a bacteria that would dissolve all the plastic in the oceans, but we, well,
it didn't work.
Ran out of time.
Oh.
But if you have any ideas, it would really mean a lot.
With some genetic tweaking, I might be able to crack it.
Goodness gracious.
But I need a better equipped lab, and the bacteria only lives in liquid environments. Wait, my web fluid. I can keep the bacteria alive in my web cartridge.
Oh my god.
Yes, you should have the chemicals I need to increase its power.
Okay.
Oh man, the bacteria dissolved my web. It's in the cartridge for the webs I swing from. The other kind should be okay. Now I have to get to ESU without swinging from anything. The zipline webs seem fine. Well, I'm getting a heck of a workout. Gotta hustle. I don't know how long this bacteria stays viable. This is good practice for if my web shooters ever malfunction.
It's a search engine that is an option that has pyro feature erase the history at the bottom of each page. Well, that's good if that's a major concern about search history and stuff like that.
Okay. By law, they have to dispose of their chemicals in these containers. Should be some stuff I can use. All set. Now I have to get to Dr. Octavius's lab to combine everything. I'll just take the subway. The bacteria won't survive that long.
Fast travel to the research lab? I thought he just said that it would take too long if I did that. Ah, whoa! Oh, the next one? Okay.
Okay, now I just need to grab the bonding agent.
Bonding agent. Bacterial buddies, boo! It's so dark back here. How can you see?
Now the industrial centrifuge that'll get the bacteria out of my web fluid so I can store it properly.
Oh. Unknown substance found.
Just need to isolate the bacteria.
I guess this is how they were expecting you to come across this mini game.
Beautiful. I think I improved the bacteria. But I can only tell for sure back at Harry's research station.
Not really? Okay. Because that was, like, really simple compared to the other ones.
My web swinging back. Let's see. That's what I'm talking about.
Whee!
Oh, sweet web swinging. I'll never take you for granted again. I hope this works. I remember when Harry's mom started the project. It meant so much to them both.
Gotcha.
Where there's a web, there's a way.
Okay, so you want me to fast travel back to the lab on this one? Is that what you want me to do? Or to the next science station? The next one? Okay. Whee! Because I know that was one of those things that you pointed out. It's like, you can fast travel in this game? Why would you?
There's the testing receptacle, full of plastic. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Let's watch and see what happens.
It's working. Not as fast as I'd hoped, but better than before. Probably needs further testing.
Get all
the plastic.
It's literally just taking the texture off the polygon to achieve the effect.
The Nobel Prize.
That's pretty
It wouldn't
funny.
hurt their stock price either.
Yay! Level 16! Now I can do the thing! Alright. Let's see. Oh, level 20. Okay, so it must be the drone. Mr. Zircon. Yeah, there we go. Yeah! What are you, level 24? Okay. Man, that's kind of crazy that you get all, like, the web shooter stuff, like, maxed out by level 15. I figured that would be, like, a super late game upgrade. What about you? Oh, I need challenge tokens. Alright. Skills. Oh, I need... Check out my new suits. Okay, so I need another token for that, and then I'll have that skill tree completely maxed out. New skills? What are you talking about? I don't see anything. Suits. Let's see here. Oh, what's this one? Electrically insulated suit. Kit-based high charge capacitors. Temporarily electrify gauntlets, electrifying it. Oh, that sounds good. Web Blossom. Leap into the air and then... Wait, is that like the... That sounds like, Hold on a second. Spider Bro. Temporarily aid in combat. Ultimate Spider. Secret Wars. Bulletproof. Magnetically polarized armor plating makes the suit temporary bulletproof against all enemies, even snipers. Well, I mean, that would be great, except, like, most, like, guns don't use ferrous metals to protect, you know, to penetrate stuff. Maximum Spider! Yeah, that's exactly, I want to try that out. Ultimate Web. Negative energy. Why you gotta be so negative? Cool. Can I get Night Monkey? Okay, Vinny, how considerate of you to ask. Bombastic Bagman. Here, let's get the web blossom. Oh wow! It really is. It's almost like doing ultimate web throw almost. Yeah, that might be useful. Let's keep that in our back pocket for when we get surrounded by stuff. By the way, play Talos Principle with your headset full blast. If it's during daytime hours, I tend to use my sound system, which is a 5.1. Okay. How do I fast travel? Web Blossom is good? Yeah. Ultimate Spider. Crawler Assault. Got new moves. Basic combo. Web Strike. Right, that's yank enemy. Right. Disarm enemy. Yoink. Web throw. Oh, it's locked for now? Oh, well, never. Spin cycle. Dodge. Perfect dodge. Perfect hit. Long dodge. Dodge under. Oh, wow, I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of neat. Yank down attack. Get back down here. Finisher. The Dodge Under sounds like an SUV with a great engine but a terrible transmission that'll break after 50,000 miles. Right. It's exactly what it is. Yes, you're just a friendly reminder that Dodge and Chrysler are no longer American companies. They're owned by Fiat, which is Italian, and who's ever heard of Italian electrics and mechanics lasting forever? Never.
Bring your children into the room, friends, because I'm delivering a lesson impressionable youngsters need to hear. My guest today is a man who learned the hard way that dressing up like Spider-Man isn't cool.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, I wanted to fight crime and help people, and I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I put on a costume like his and tried to do what he does. Boy, was that a mistake. I almost got killed. I'm just lucky the real Spider-Man saved me.
Let me stop you right there because I think the salient point has been made. Emulate Spider-Man in any way, and you will die.
Holy crap.
Now, do it, kids. And that's another one of Uncle Jonah's life lessons. Jared, trademark that.
Jared. Oh, yeah, you know, that's really funny. I almost completely forgot. In the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, his assistant, not Robbie, but the other guy with the glasses, that's Ted Raimi, that's Sam Raimi's brother. So, yeah, I'm an idiot. Cell tower frequency. Oh, no, brain cancer. It's time for a change of scenery, time of day. Why's it gotta be night for cell phones? Why you gotta be like that?
Hey, Pete. This station's one of my pet projects. I always thought the cellular network was vulnerable to terrorist attacks, so I set this up to monitor it. Can you do me a favor? Look for anything suspicious?
Okay.
It's not terrorists, but there's a glitch in the system that's causing interference. And if I don't fix it, it'll bring the whole network down.
Oh no!
It's only affecting the most sensitive equipment, like mine. I need to stay outside the areas of interference while I fix the cell towers. There. I set my lenses to show me the danger zones.
Danger zone?
Cell towers before the whole city's comms go down.
Oh, that's bad.
That hurt.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
One down. But I'll need to fix 3 more to solve the problem.
The cell network is only slightly better than American Telephone and Telegraph. Yes, that's right. Never forget. That's what they are. That's their names. They will always be that.
As bad as a blackout. Gotta hurry. Soon the whole system's gonna go.
Never forget. AT&T stands for American Telephone and Telegraph.
Got it. The job's only halfway done.
Damage control. Damage control.
Oh man, I wish there was a way.
Woo!
Okay.
How the heck are you supposed to get over there without getting hurt? How much do they charge for telegraphs? I don't think they do that anymore. Oh, there we go. I think telegraphs kind of went out of fashion after the 50s.
Time, but I can't slow down.
Have I seen the movie Lincoln? No, but I should because I like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Can't waste a second. Getting to be a tight squeeze.
Oh, use the helicopters? Oh, I thought they were just... What? Too high above ground. Oh. Whee! Here lies Spider-Man. He died doing the science. Yeah, see? Look at those pads.
Can't waste a second. Getting to be a tight squeeze.
I remember that actually being a big gameplay feature when Spider-Man 2 came out, that they were talking about how sophisticated the web swinging was. It's like, you could even swing off a helicopter and ride it around the city. It's like, hey, why don't you do that? The telegraph operator in the movie was Adam Driver? Really? Did he say he just had sex and he's gonna eat nachos and it's the greatest moment of his life?
Bam! Now New Yorkers can share their domestic disputes on the subway again. And emergency services are safe, which is, you know, also important.
Well, thank
If the
goodness.
network had crashed, it would have cost Oscorp a bundle to fix their comms. They'll want to keep this station up and running. Harry's project should be safe.
He has a small speaking role in an important scene. Was it? And how was the rest of the evening, Mrs. Lincoln? I don't know if nachos were invented in 1865. That's a great question. Well, that one was mildly annoying. Was the password 1234? That's what it looked like. I mean, a duck goose it.
Really important. It measures toxins in the air, way more sensitive than anything the city has. Bad air hits children and the elderly first. This was a big one for my mom.
I thought everything was a big one
If
for your
this data
mom.
is accurate, there's way too much sulfur dioxide in the air. I have a spidey hunch this is caused by inefficient engine exhaust. If I get some fresh samples, I can identify the make and model and report them.
Yeah, somebody took their catalytic converter off their car.
Okay, got that one.
Remember, kids, if you want a quick source of platinum, go cut off the catalytic converter off your car.
Nice. Just need a few more samples.
My spider lungs.
Oh, that one smelled.
Who smelt it, dealt it, question mark?
Just a couple more. Got it. One more should do it. Oh, don't die, don't die. That's it. Phew.
Wow, it actually shows what I... That's actually really impressive. I never thought they would actually show the anchor point. And look, here we are. That's amazing.
Taking pictures. It's like the old Bugle days. Life was so much simpler back then.
Was it? Or are we just being nostalgic?
One down.
License plate! Sam Beckwith? Beckwith who? Guess who's back? Back again. Ow!
That's a keeper.
You know, there's actually like performance catalytic converters, so there's really no excuse for driving one without them. That and, you know, I'm pretty sure that'll violate any safety and emissions inspection required by the state in which you live in, so yeah. Boop!
And the hat trick. All set.
Lincoln pardoned Ultron.
Another recall ordered, courtesy of your Earth-friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Nice. Wasn't even trying. Check, 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 check. Oh, we almost got him. Okay. Making good progress, yes? Whoops. Jackie Earl Haley was the Confederate Vice President Alexander Stevens. You know what? I couldn't even tell you that because I don't know anything about the way the Confederacy was set up other than Jefferson Davis being the president. That's it. That's all I got. Gemini in Chinatown. Water pressure.
Hey, Pete. So this station monitors water pressure down to the individual building. Structures above 4 stories use water towers to augment the city's system. The idea is to identify problems before they spread. You know?
Pressure in this building's all over the map. I need to find out why. The water towers connect to the city's system at the 4-story mark. I'll scan the pipes, try to see where this starts.
Scan the pipes.
Pipes are fine up here. Whatever's causing this, it's lower.
Under pressure. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Here's the problem. Valve's at the wrong setting. Easy enough to fix.
Kabuski!
That shouldn't have happened. I better seal these fast before Jameson pins it on me.
That's only a band-aid? That's not going to solve the problem. Web fluid doesn't last forever.
Huh, even better than duct tape. Got it.
Better than duct tape? Probably. Come on. Get up there! Yeah, right. Like that was going to hit. Come on. Do I seriously need to be across the street for this? Stop. Oh my god, just hold still. Thank you.
Call me the amazing spider plumber.
Her. Boosh!
Et voila.
Actually, I probably could have done that from across the street, so whoops! I can also web in the air? What? Oh my god, stop walking off the side of the building. Don't worry, I can fall off the Temple of Time twice in 30 seconds, but, you know, goodness. Oh, wait, can I get it from this far away? Nope, too far. Boosh! I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought maybe you could do it while I was swinging on a web. Oh, come on.
Nailed
it. Yeah, exactly. More web fluid. That'll solve the problem, sure. That's not what I wanted! This feels funny. There we go.
Last one. Those won't hold.
Oh, thank goodness they actually addressed that.
Shouldn't be that high. Unless the drainage is blocked. I'll check the outlet pipe. The outlet pipe's down by the waterfront. I'll go see if anything's blocking it.
Your mom! Oh wait, she's dead. My bad!
Yeah, that'll do it. I better clear it before something bursts.
What? Oh. What?
Now I ask, how many other heroes fight crime and fix your shower? And now Oscorp can't deny Harry's station stopped a public utility meltdown.
Hi! Okay. The feast. Hey, would you look at that? It's right next to sort of where I need to go, but I'm not going to go there because there's no time limit! Plug it with his D. His massive weenus. His spider weenus. That was actually something that... So, you know, like, in Star Trek, like, Klingons have ridges on their, like, their foreheads and, like, their feet, and some of them have it on the top of their hands. There was a hot, heavily topic debate, like, do they have ridges on their weenus?
Has anyone else heard reports of Spider-Man literally seeking out clouds of smog to swing through? Is this the behavior of a sane individual? I'll tell you what I think is going on here. When I was a lad, there was a problem with juvenile delinquents sniffing glue to get high.
Careful to not trigger the story? Exactly. Because who would want to play this for the story?
But inhaling toxic...
Shut up. I really like how there's an Oscorp branded printer. Even though that totally looks like a Epson. Or a Lexmark. Yeah, how's your pants? Exactly, Hypersonic. How are your pants?
Hey, pal. This station tests particulate matter in the air. Now, you'd probably have some science jargony way to say this, but basically, too much is not good.
Right.
Readings are troubling but inconsistent. The only way I'll figure out what's going on is to test nearby emissions.
Does this mean I get to...
But I've got other problems. The sampler's detecting toxic particles. Better check it out. That steam vent's a good place to start.
Steam? Oh.
There's something in here that doesn't belong. Let's analyze it.
Let's analyze. Do I get extra experience for doing this? Mercury!
Mercury.
Oh boy.
Bonded with something else. I can't tell what. This obviously isn't confined to one building. A lot of people are at risk. See what a sample from this can tell me.
It can tell me that we're screwed! Oh! Dang! Oh, wait a minute. No. Hold on. How was my day? Work was okay. And sometimes that's all it really needs to be. Is just simply okay. Because if it's anything more than that, that's getting complicated and you don't want that. What the fudge? Huh. What? How do I do this? Yeah, exactly. It's like, how do you do this? What is it that you do? Remember the Fox Kids Spider-Man where Kingpin was surprised that he was a scientist? Yes. I also remember the Kingpin opening a school of criminology. And he was there to break the ground on it. It was just like, oh, I know this isn't going to be good. It's like, that's one of those great deflections, like, well, why would I open a school of criminology? If I am not a criminal. What the F, man? What am I missing? Match the pattern, more like match your face. Okay, seriously. No. These two are interchangeable. These two are interchangeable because you still have to use one piece to go. What? Just kidding. How are you supposed to achieve that from this? Well, that's going to come into play at some point. No. Oh. Exactly, hypersonic. Invalid pieces from your face. Okay. And then you use this for that. And that solves that one right there. But then you don't have the 2 pieces for the other side. You can at best do this. So how am I supposed to solve that from here? See, now I've got an extra piece. And that simply won't do. And then you don't have a piece over here. Couldn't it just be flipped around the other way? Okay. Let's try that again. This one goes here. If this person was supposed to be... Yes! Right in the weenus. Because they have no regard for me or my well-being. Let's see if you do this. Then you've got nothing left over here. Because you've only got one of these. And it doesn't matter. You found the solution? Alright, let's hear it. See, just when I was starting to get good at these puzzles, they started getting like, no, you will not be good at these puzzles. You will do poorly. Three, 5 in the last one. 3, 5. Yeah, that's what I figured. I just don't see how... Next one is 4 and 6. What? And of course, this one is just 1 and 2, and I was just like, how did I miss that? Well, that's embarrassing. Nitric acid.
Nitric acid in there too, but also something else. I'm on the right track. Just need to keep following the trail. This is more widespread than I thought. The whole neighborhood's in danger from this.
I would love to know something weird.
To high heaven. Time to find out what's in it.
Beware of the shadows, because I'm probably in it. Because I won't leave a trace, because, bitch, I'm a thief! I love the Thief rap by Brundle Floss. I really, really do. Breaks my heart that that song was not more successful for him. Oh, that's not going to work. Hold on. Okay, so... Let's work the other way. Let's work backwards. Let's put that there. Well, that's not going to work. Okay, so we're clearly going to need 3 pieces. And then 1. No, 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 no. Stop. Okay, there we go. And then we got 4 pieces. And then 2... I said we have... No! We have 4 pieces. Then we got 2 pieces. No, 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 no. We got 2 pieces, and then... No! God! Okay. No! Stop it. You might get a different set of puzzles. I checked 2 walkthroughs, and they didn't have the last puzzle. Oh, no! It's a mystery that no one can solve. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe this isn't the right thing at all. We need that. And we need that. And then we get that! Oh, that doesn't solve the last one, though. Maybe we do need that. No. Nope. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yes. Hey, Frady. Who's a good girl? Frady's a good girl. A video walkthrough had it, so it could be switched out with another one. What? Okay, let's try this. Then we get 2. Okay. Makes sense? Good so far? Frady Panther. Oh, no. No. Wait, what? Ethanol.
Why is this sounding so familiar? Mercury with nitrogen and ethanol. Gotta get back on the trail.
When this is over, I'll alert the health department so they can check on the local residents.
Go!
I think I found the problem. Caustic chemicals are leaking out of those barrels and into the plumbing. Need to clean up the site fast. Huh. The calcium and silicon in concrete makes it an ideal absorption material. Looks like I'll have to make a mess to fix this mess. One down. Breathing this stuff in. Nice, it's working. Just a couple more barrels.
This is ridiculous. Wow, none of the other walkthroughs had that puzzle either. Meh.
One down. Nice, it's working. Just a couple. Last one. That's it. Sealing the grate with webbing should stop any residual drainage. That could have been way worse. Harry's research station just proved why it needs to stay open.
Any explanation why it sounded familiar? No explanation. I have to be in the air. Gotta juggle. Frosted halos. Boop, 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 boop. Birds. Pigeons.
Okay, Pete. This lab has feeders to lure in birds and analyze their droppings. Yeah, that's right. I got an MBA to test bird poop. Seriously though, you probably know that birds carry diseases that affect people, and we need to make sure they're healthy. You know, I really wish I was there to hear your finest toilet humor on this one.
Uh-oh. The pigeons are infected with a serious strain of avian flu. And it's already mutated to a form that can spread to humans. Okay, Harry's lab had everything I needed to make a vaccine. Gotta spread it fast, or the pigeons will be like rats with the bubonic plague.
They were flying rats in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Dispersing it at 3 major migration points. Luckily, the station told me where they are.
Dun 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 dun.
First migration point's in a park. Birds there should spread the vaccine to their buddies. Pigeons put up with me swinging through their territory, so I owe them a favor. I bet the Avengers never have bird poop missions.
Everybody's got a shitty job once in a while. That's what this is today. Ah, whoa! Okay, that's good collision detection. It actually got caught on a street lamp.
The vaccine's airborne, so I'll just spray it into the trees. Okay, 1 down, 2 to go. The spray won't bother people or other animals, but it'll cure the pigeons. The spray won't bother people or other animals, but it'll cure the pigeons.
Repeat everything that you say. Dude. Come on. That checkpoint was off-centered from the actual objective marker.
One more left. I wonder what Jameson will make of this. Spider-Man spreads chemtrails, seems like a good bet. I like helping animals. They don't call me a menace or shoot at me or anything. I wonder if it'd be stretching things if I added veterinarian to my resume.
Yes. Police!
Okay, that should work fast. I'd better scan some pigeons to make sure.
Really like it still says press L1 to disperse vaccine when the vaccine's been dispersed. Come here, little pidgeys. Oh, I can't web the pigeons? Ah!
Lights back. Move left. It's him. Get a picture.
That did it.
God bless the lonely souls. They're green.
Huh. Nikola Tesla fed pigeons here. So did Harry's mom. I remember her bringing us. Wish I could tell Harry, but he's not answering calls, texts, anything.
Plot convenience. Oh, is that it? Yay! Now we can get back to the story. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Too good to be true. Yeah, wait for the dialogue to end. You know, the, Finding Teddy has a very similar thing that you can't save during any scripted animations. You have to wait for the animations to end. That includes going through doorways and teleporters and stuff like that. It's very annoying. Or, oh. That's funny, I really don't remember seeing any of these Osborn posters. Oscorp, yes. Osborn, no. Electric Web. Oh! This one's under lock and key. I gotta actually do the story. Gosh darn it.
Another low-information Spider fanboy tried to troll me, as the young people say, by claiming Spider-Man was providing a public service plugging leaks in water towers. Let me tell you why this itsy-bitsy brain spider was climbing this particular water spout, people. Because he tampered with the water pressure system. He was seen earlier messing with a valve that only qualified workers are supposed to use. Wake up, America! Spider-Man creates the problems he then solves, then expects you to reward him with your adoration.
Hush. Renowned for its pristine drinking water. Okay. That's what I was told about the water in parts unknown by the landlord, and let me tell you, it is hard water, and it is not pleasant water, and thank God I have a Brita, and I will be changing that filter out on the 1st of November.
I hope he's okay. That algae's already killing fish. And if I don't stop it, it'll work its way up the food chain fast.
I'm reading the Confederate Constitution, even though it gives more power to the states. Since it was a Confederacy, they gave the president to line item veto laws. Even the president can't do that under our Constitution. Yeah, that seems a bit OP. It's like, I like this thing, but not this part, so it's gone.
Got it.
Oh no, it's just the texture. They didn't actually model it.
A quick and dirty way to apply G-force is jump off a tall
building. No.
The tallest one around is Oscorp. I wish I could do this in a lab, but there's no time.
And then swing it out. It's at least 100 meters high. Where's that? Didn't I just pass an Oscorp building? Oh, there we go.
Jump the gun.
Don't hush, Jonah. If it was voiced by J.K. Simmons, then I would want to listen to it. I'm getting too much of Alex Jones vibes out of it. It's just making me uncomfortable to listen to.
Got it. Now I just have to do it again. I am not eager to repeat that, but I have to.
Hey! Oh my... 250 meters? 300 meters.
Not low enough.
What? Oh, I know what the problem was. I was holding down to the R2 button. Let's try that again. Oh, that's the point? Well, It's part of the reason why I'm not on Twitter as much as I used to be, because I hear that stuff way too much from retweets from mutuals and stuff like that, and it's just...
Not low enough.
Oh gosh, I gotta go even lower? I preferred when it was just Jonah you trying to yell at Spider-Man for the newspaper. Hearing him talk unfiltered.
Got an itch, it should work. Now if I can just keep from throwing up. Gotta hurry back to the lake and turn this loose.
Whee!
There. And it's tailored to the toxic algae. Won't hurt normal plant life. Which is good, because a park without plants is just a vacant lot.
Yep. Alright, let's go and run a water break. And then we shall continue. Okay. That one I can't do yet. We got 3 more. Weenus Man's the power of kicking the weenus. Yeah. You ever see Orgasmo? That's a pretty funny movie. Electric web unlocks and 2-story missions along with fast travel. Gotcha. I don't know if we'll get to it tonight, but we'll try. Don't feel super awesome about this one. Cloaking tech was intended for military application, and we're using armed drones to test it. This was my one concession to Dad. Hopefully it doesn't... Okay.
This station may be safe, because it's helping test an Oscorp military application, cloaking tech. But I don't love using armed drones to test it. Someone might get hurt.
Not if I'm the one who tests it. Let's see if I can integrate the cloaking tech with my suit. Success!
What?
Energy field interferes with my web gadgets. Not exactly a keeper. Uh-oh. Those armed drones are malfunctioning. They're dangerous. And the self-destruct signal's not working from here. But cloaked, I can get close enough to trigger the destruct mechanism. That drone didn't go far. I'll download its data before I wreck it, so they can ID the problem. Okay, I need to get within 10 meters of the drone to stop it. And I'll need to be cloaked. Nailed it! Now I've got to go visible again so I can swing to the others.
Still... Does this mean I can cloak now? Just can't web swing?
Boom! drone, but your data lives on.
Oh, it's only for this mission? Bummer. I was gonna say this would be like super useful for
Better you than me.
For the you know, like the story missions, any stealth missions, or basically like going back to the construction sites, you know? Where smokestack? Where do you go close to? Am I just gonna have to take a flying leap on this dude? I know it would be too easy, that's why I was thinking that'd be kind of fun.
Didn't see it coming, did you?
Where? I guess just jump off the side of that building. You can I know I can detonate them in the air, it's just a matter of getting close enough to them. We'll come back to that one.
I'm always breaking stuff.
Yes, just walk right on that razor wire. What? I just webbed. Did you see that? I webbed.
Another one bites the dust.
I webbed while cloaked. Ow. You insufferable toolbox. Did it just decide to just stop working?
That's one drone.
Yeah, okay, that worked. Okay, that wasn't so tough. Oh.
Stealth Spidey strikes again. Mode was fun, but it's not worth losing my webs over. Hopefully, Oscorp will figure out armed drones in Manhattan are not a good idea. But I'm not holding my breath. Now they've got the data they need. And the stealth tech is promising, even if it needs work. I think Harry's station is safe. And if they ever work the bugs out, maybe I'll whip myself up a stealth suit.
Stealth suit! Oh, whoops. I can use zipline? Okay. They also made it harder for states to join the Confederacy, 2/3 vote rather than the majority. Interesting. Well, it was a club of the worst kind, so maybe they were just trying to, like, we only want the nice and privileged. Yahasahaha. Oh, I can't do this one either. Ground strike from the skills page. Where's ground strike? Wait, quick recovery. Nice. Bunker buster. What? That's awesome. Pew! Ground strike. Okay, I guess that's coming back later.
Folks, I have received unsettling reports of Spider-Man in our public parks, where children play, apparently stalking pigeons. Yes, wild pigeons. You may wonder if he's gone insane. A perfectly valid question. But have you heard of the Goliath bird-eating spider? I'll spare you the gory details, but it's a spider big enough to devour birds. Now, Spider-Man sticks to walls like a spider. He jumps like a spider. What else does he do like a spider?
Interesting, they made it easy to amend the Constitution. It only takes 3 states to propose an amendment rather than 2/3. Interesting. 3 to propose, but how many to ratify? Only 2/3 of states to ratify, then 3/4. Wow. Polaris. Magneto's daughter. Steam is the most environmentally friendly method for in-home heating.
Pete, my mom was a big believer in the city's steam heating. It's better for the environment than fossil fuels, but high pressure can lead to deadly explosions. This station was designed to monitor the pressure in specific buildings. Help me show Oscorp it's worth the cost. Please.
Harry's really invested in preserving his mother's legacy. And who can blame him? There's been a sharp rise in the pressure in some nearby buildings. The problem seems to be caused by faulty regulators. I've got to break them off before the pressure gets too high. And the building explodes. The city will replace the regulators I break. There's no time to do this the polite way.
I mean, come on. I mean, there's gotta be... This should be something... Spider-Man shouldn't be doing this. Where's the city?
The regulators are on the exterior. A well-placed web shot should take them out.
Oh gosh.
What do you bet Jameson's gonna lead his show tomorrow with a Spider-Man vandalizes building story?
Too far away. That one shouldn't be, though.
Can't leave any of them. Just takes one to cause a blast.
Come on.
Too many people in these buildings. No time to evacuate. It's up to me. Wrecking these won't cause any serious problems. The city can fix them easily.
Gosh, if it was so easy, they should be doing it right now. Oh, I can run up buildings, I just can't run down them? No. No! Come on. Vinny, what's made you decide to look up the Confederate Constitution and what have you? I know you're a student of history and a diligent one. That's just not what I would have expected you to spend your Wednesday evening on. There we go.
Okay, better head to the roof and make sure the pressure's vented properly. Nary a peep from my spider sense. Everyone's safe.
Oh, because I mentioned earlier in the stream? Oh, okay.
Superior tech!
Oh, because I only know about Jefferson Davis and that's it? Yeah. Well, that's a good enough reason. Last one. Oh, wait a minute. Or is that one of the ones? Yeah, I don't think I can redo that one. Do that one at the moment. Whoops. I never actually read about before and see the difference besides deliberately saying, yeah, exactly. There is a picture that lives in my favorites folder on my phone and now on my iPad because Apple stuff is all connected and everything. That anytime somebody says that the Civil War wasn't about slavery, I would just like to refer to them to this one line from the Confederate Constitution that explicitly states that it was. So, wait, what? Hey, perfect time to try out Web Blossom.
These guys aren't trading baseball cards.
Wow, that's super useful. What a hell of an opener. Ow!
Nothing puts a pep in my step like halting an illegal drug deal.
Oversimplified, it had a section where it talked about the state's reasoning for secession was about slavery. Yeah, exactly.
And so am I.
Okay, this one confounded me for a while. Apparently, Spider-Man's been seen throughout the city tampering with steam regulators. Aside from generally being a vandal and a troublemaker, why would he do this? I'll tell you why. Because when the city has to send crews out to fix these problems...
When the city sends out crew to fix these problems and you get cut off mid-sentence. New suit? Oh, new suit power. Spider Bro! Yeah, Web Blossom's great. That's a great way to open up on an attack, stuff like that.
Local units, an assault was just reported. Be advised.
Where?
Reports place the scene at Central Park.
cowards assault a helpless person like that. You wanna fight?
You were just in time. They were like animals.
Oh, man. Oh, just get up and sit down again. You good? You alright? Web Blossom might be OP. Maximum web. Wildlife trafficking isn't glamorous, but it's important. Okay.
Now this station tracks GPS chips deployed around the city on birds and other wildlife.
Okay.
It collects data on the environment, which Mom wanted, and helps improve GPS on Oscorp tech, which Dad wanted.
No kidding.
So it's actually probably safe.
Actually,
You know what?
probably
I
safe.
should've
Good enough for
remembered to tell
me.
you not to bother with this one.
Hey, the tech here might help me track my missing spider-bot. Those things are too expensive to lose. Okay, I boosted the tracking signal on my other spider-bot. Now it can track its brother. I lost the other bot's signal in the park, so that's where I'll need to drop this one.
Spider-bot,
Nothing unusual,
Spider-bot.
just taking my spider-bot for a walk in the park. You know, like you do.
Like you do. I do like that phrase, like you do. Yes, hide in the shrubbery. After the 3 Mile incident, the environment is actually probably safe. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's following the pings from the other spider-bot.
Ping!
Let's see where it takes us.
What? Still got web shoot. Can I web the squirrels? Go up the slide! Oh, I see the beacon now. Must be coming from a weird angle. Can I go up this? Can I go up this way? Yeah! Fully rendered.
I wonder if a kid picked it up and took it home. It is way better than any toys on the market.
It's good collision. The Spider Bro ability is very OP. I'll keep that in mind. I'm kind of in love with Web Blossom, considering it just, like, really helped out in a big way.
Yeah, I told the AI to test it in narrow areas, so this pipe makes sense. Oh no, I hope it didn't get run over. New York drivers have no respect for the crosswalk. Looks like it made it quite a ways.
No respect for the crosswalk. K-Dog, your thoughts? Good lord, can you guys hear that? And they're complaining to me about, like, being loud. Sounds like they're having a dispute next door. And I have the bathroom door closed, which shares the wall. Oh no.
You gotta be kidding me! And if I startle the bird, it'll drop the spider bot and break it. This pigeon's strong. Someone didn't skip wing day at the bird gym.
Who follows crosswalks, right? Oh.
Finally, its nest. Wait, that's the other spider bot. I busted a feathered kleptomaniac. Now that I know where they both are, time to mount a rescue mission.
He said mount.
Harry really did me a solid that time. Wish I could thank him. I got some work to do on these spider bots before I can send them back out into the world again.
Spider drone, Mr. Zircon. Okay. I think this is the one that I couldn't do, but let's hold on. Yeah, so let's be sure that that's really it. And then we'll probably go ahead. I skipped the pigeon boss fight. That'd have been, yeah, it'd have been like Dark Souls. Instead of that big old raven, it's that, it's a pigeon. So I actually threw a bunch of chicken thighs in the Instant Pot before, and I keep calling it the Instapot like Instagram, and I know that's wrong. But, it's been simmering. Oh, shut up. It'll last 15 minutes. The whole apartment smells like wonderful chicken, salty, peppery goodness. So, it's just... Get an Instapot. It's good. It's good. Yeah, okay, this is the electric web, so we're done with the research stations for now, so let's go fight, the Shocker. I will chase you to the ends of the earth. Instapot, George Foreman grill, pizzazz, and a really good non-stick skillet. That's there's another one? Where? There was the one up here, which was ground pound, and I don't have that yet. And then there's that one, which is electric zappy Medili, and I don't have that. I don't see any more. Oh, it smells wonderful. And what I do use, I don't use, you need liquid in there for the pressure to build, so I don't use just water. I use a can of chicken broth. And then I put all my seasonings in there. It's just great. I just passed it? This one? Your grandma called you right with the stream stars. You want to tell me first ever Zoom meeting and she understood what to do and everything. That's below electric web. Oh my god, you're absolutely right. There is another one. I apologize. Yeah, Zoom is pretty okay. I've used it for a couple of job interviews, and of course the infamous birthday phone call with my brother and my mother, where my mother had her iPad in the wrong orientation the entire time, and it just drove me crazy. I also had a terrible headache that night when that happened, so that was not fun. But if you didn't understand the meaning behind the picture I posted on Twitter where it said "Give me strength," that was the reason why. But yeah, Zoom is like Skype with like training wheels. It's pretty simple to navigate and use, and I guess it's free for everything. Yeah, Vinny, I mean, I really only have it installed on all my iDevices because people are using it for job interviews, and that's it. I mean, it certainly saves me the trouble of only having to dress from the waist up. Because you don't know if I'm not wearing dress pants. You don't have to know that. Alright. Am I 100% in this game? Heck yes, I am.
Collects overflow data from all the others. And God forbid we waste Oscorp's server space.
No.
Anyway, do me a favor and make sure it's running smoothly, or everything these stations do is for nothing.
This isn't nearly enough server space. It's close to overloading. That'll trigger a purge, and everything Harry has will be lost. I can't let that happen. Wait. ESU has a backup server near here they never use. That can handle the excess data. But I'll need to
somehow I doubt that
to make a link from here to there. Fast. The active receiver's easy to find. Just have to get up there. Okay, now to find another link in the array. Got it. Just have to keep doing that.
What? There's a timer?
What's taking up all that space on Harry's servers?
Porn.
Looked like DNA sequencing, but that seems beyond the scope of the research stations.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, there are people that can send internet connections by way of a laser, but I don't think that's exactly what's going on here, but whatever.
Pete. It won't matter what's on the server if it all gets erased.
It's porn, I swear to God. Talk about DNA sequencing, it's just fluids. Where? There.
Getting close.
Getting further away, more like it. 3 more. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Should be in view of the ESU server now. Got it. Now I can initiate the data transfer if I hurry.
Oh boy, my favorite. Okay. So where's the endpoint? That's the endpoint? Okay, here we go.
Good. Looks good.
Target voltage is 2. So I just need a 1 and a 1, basically. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, we're at a negative. Okay, so we need... Okay, whoops. Target voltage of 2, which... Wait a minute. I overshot the runway by a lot.
Let's see.
Yeah, hold on. We're going to need to fix that. Okay, hold up. No, I don't want to reset the circuit. Oh, I can't change it once the thing's flowing? Damn it. That's annoying.
Looks good.
Okay, so -2 was... We got a 3.
Good. Let's see.
5. I guess. Okay. -5. Target voltage 4. -1. And then a 3, and we're fine. Okay, okay, we got it. We got it.
Good.
See, I'm not gonna say I'm better at these than the other ones, because the instant I say that, then I'm gonna screw myself and everything's gonna get messed up. So there we go. Zoom was a good PBS show.
It's working. Everything's stored successfully. Should be fine until I have Norman assign Harry some more server space. And he'll be glad to when he sees what the stations have been doing.
Mm-hmm. Yay! Midtown, baby! Midtown, all the way! I like the puzzles here. They don't kick you in this. Yeah, exactly. Now, I much prefer the circuit ones. I kind of like the sequencing ones at first, and I was like, no, there's too much going on. I'm having trouble seeing. Oh, that put us at 3 hours. All right, let's go. Let's go fight Shocker real quick and see what happens. Excuse me. Why rob a bank the instant you get out? Hopefully this will be a little bit of more substance.
Herman! Long time no see. Hey, I'm no lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that's a parole violation. Oops, guess we're stuck in here for a while. Want to play 20 questions? No? How about we thumb wrestle? Okay, face punch it is.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Whoa! Your gauntlets are all digital now, aren't they?
Have it your way. You wanna fight? Let's fight!
That's the Shocker I know.
Put you back behind bars so we can talk science. Remember our first fight? Me so young and stupid. You just stupid.
You talk too much.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. I mean, are there any standard metrics for how much talking one should do? And who determines the ideal ratio of talking?
Okay, now I can do some real damage.
Why are you doing this, Herman?
Because if I don't, they'll kill me.
Coming your way. If you come clean, I can help you.
Wow. Mortal Kombat without death? You mean DC versus Mortal Kombat? Ow.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. I mean, are there any...
Okay, now I can do some real damage.
Why are you...
Damage thresholds.
Because if I don't, they'll kill me.
Catch! You come clean, I can help you.
You really want to help me? Just let me have the money.
Sorry, not gonna happen.
Nope, gotta try something else.
If you ask nicely, maybe. This one's gonna hurt.
You know, people don't use banks anymore. You're lucky you found actual cash.
If you really want to rob banks, try day trading. Wait. Oh, no! Oh, come on, Herman! You tell me who you're working for. I can help you cut a deal.
If I talk, I'm dead. They made that very clear.
I think that hurt me more than him. Okay, catch this one with your face. You're freaking me out, Herman. It's not like you to be afraid of people.
I'm not even sure these guys are people. Could be anything under those masks.
Oh, so he's working with the demons.
You tell me who you're working for. I can help you cut a deal.
Oh, a generous checkpoint system in place.
You're freaking me out, Herman. It's not like you to be afraid of people.
I'm not even sure these guys are people. Could be anything under those masks.
Wait, did you see masks? These mask guys. What do they want the money for?
No, don't care. As soon as I finish the job, I'm gone.
Oh, come on. That was so perfect, too.
Give up now and we can protect you.
No way. You ain't see what I see. God, you son of a...
Okay, last chance to give up. This time I really mean it.
We're forward!
Okay, I was kidding before. Now is your last chance.
Dude! This is a good boss fight. Shocker is an imposter. Yes, I must fight the Guys, did you know there was a new Doom movie released last year? Oh, stop shooting me.
Okay, I was kidding before. Now is your last chance. Seriously.
And it looks absolutely terrible, and it was a direct-to-home video release only. Oh, gosh.
You brought this on yourself. Literally. He was scared and desperate. These demons are everywhere all of a sudden.
Demons. Spider-Man must fight the demons. Yes!
Shocker's all yours now.
Good work. We have a special cell waiting for him at the raft. We'll make sure he stays behind bars this time.
Also, I'm pretty sure he was working for the Demon Gang.
Demon Gang? Sounds like a Daily Bugle headline.
Hey, the Bugle is a perfectly fine news organization.
Uh-huh.
Not sure I'd call it news.
Well, I've heard they have some really good reporters. Anyway, have you had any more reports on demon, guys with masks?
Let me get back to you. By the way, how much of a mess did you make inside that bank?
You probably don't want to know.
Shouldn't have asked.
How much of a mess did Shocker make inside that bank? You know, that's the better question to ask. Skills. Alright, boom. Innovator is completely maxed out. I guess we'll do... Where's the... Oh, it's this one. Okay, yeah, no, that's... Okay, we got that. That's maxed out. That's what I care about. We got a new... Where's my gadgets? No? 20. What was level 16? Level 17. Oh, I guess I misremembered. How much am I playing? I'm gonna wrap it up now. Just wanted to check. Alright.
Fight with Shocker took a while. Time to catch up on what I've been missing out in the city.
Tune into next week! When we go ahead and we finish all of those research stations and go from there. So, alright. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be going back to Dead Space. Clay is feeling much better. He definitely needed the time to relax and reset himself and realign his spine, so I almost went down to delete. That's not what I wanted to do. So, anyways, that will do it for tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 8 p.m. for Dead Space, hopefully with Uncle Clay. And if he's not ready, then we'll move it back further. So, anyways, but that will do it tonight. We will see you here tomorrow. Have a splendid first evening. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll go from there. All right, so good night, everybody. Ric Flair, care to take us home?
Read what you want to read. Believe what you want to believe. But go to bed.
Go to bed. Good night, everybody. Ciao, ciao.